All right, so about a couple of days ago, and people have been talking about this, IDW released imagery of a fifth turtle debuting in their comics. Now, the old Turtle Den broke this news. This is one of the channels I've subscribed to. The old Turtle Den broke this news, and they break news or try to get some news, give us some information on a daily basis or hourly basis. Anyway, they broke the news that a fifth turtle was gonna debut. Now, long story short, I would suggest checking out the Old Turtle Den YouTube page and to find out more information about this. This is the recent upload they did about a couple days ago. But basically, the new turtle is is basically a result of a blood transfusion. You see, we have this character called Jenica, or Jenny for short, who, long story short, from what I'm getting, the information I've gotten, and I'm sure everybody else has gotten, was a member of the Foot Clan, defected, became loyal to Splinter, became loyal to the Turtles, and because of that, paid nearly a severe, if not deathly price. And so the only way to save her was a blood transfusion. And the individual, I should say, that gave her the blood transfusion was Leonardo. So Leonardo gave her the blood transfusion, but because his blood is mutated blood, it affected her to the point that, yeah, it healed her, it saved her, but it caused her to slowly mutate into a turtle herself. So basically, she is now the fifth turtle, or is she? The way she's being presented, she's, according to what Old Turtle Den basically said, she's gonna still wear an outfit or have an outfit like a hoodie or something like that, like what Damian Wayne sometimes used to wear at times as Robin. She's gonna wear something similar to what she used to as a foot. She's got what looks like Wolverine-like claws attached to her hands, reminiscent of the Shredder, I guess. She has a bow and arrow and a dagger for weapons, and she's gonna be donning a yellow mask. So the question I'm sure a lot of people have is Jenny a permanent fixture on the Turtle team? And I have to say no. It's my opinion, my opinion. I know that there are different incarnations of the Turtles. Anytime people take on their version, or anytime people take on their interpretation of the Turtles, or give us their interpretation, whether it's through movies, cartoons, or in this case, comic books, there's always going to be slight changes, additions to the team, you name it. And this is nothing new. When Archie Comics had the Ninja Turtles under their license for about, basically, I would say, the end of issue 29 all the way up to about issue 71, they had Yumiko, aka Ninjara, that's Ninjara, Ninjara, Yumiko, if you will, as a part of the team. She was a part of the team because she was a love interest of Raphael. Fast forward a couple years later, and Saban gets the rights to produce a Ninja Turtles series, a live action one, kind of based in the movie continuity, and we get introduced to Venus de Milo, who we find out in their interpretation was a fifth turtle that was in the same glass bowl as the other four turtles. But when that glass bowl shattered and the turtles fell into the sewer, she fell in to the sewer, but she got washed away on a separate tide into China. But she also got doused with the ooze, with the same mutagen. So she became the fifth member of the team in Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation. They've added another character in. I think this IDW also did this when they first picked up the Ninja Turtles comic book license, and her name was Aeroplex. She was sort of I wouldn't say she was always on the team, but she was basically an ally that would come around every now and then. In fact, she even appeared in the Nickelodeon series. Heck, they even teased, even though it was in a dream sequence, of April O'Neil herself becoming a Ninja Turtle, being mutated into one. Heck, they even had her mutated into a tiger being in the Catwoman from Channel 6. They put a figure out about that. And basically, she was always, and anytime that happened, they would tease her as being like the newest member of the team. But they were never permanent fixtures. I'm sure Venus was supposed to be a permanent fixture on that team in Next Mutation, but it never really came to fruition. It never, remained that way. So we don't know if they had continued Next Mutation, if she was going to stay a permanent member. The point is, I don't see Jenica, Jenny, being a permanent fixture on the team for that long. I think, because I don't read the comics that much, I just follow what people say, and I just pay attention to what others say. So I'm just giving my opinion, but if history is correct, then I don't see Jenica, Jenny. Well, like I said, I just what I was trying to say is if history presents itself as correct or follows the way it has, this is not going to be a permanent fixture. I don't think the mutation is going to actually last too long. I think they're going to do a story down the line, might be City of War, might be something future, to where she'll be restored back to normal. I've got that feeling. So even though this is nice to see and we get a new female member on the team, a female turtle, possible tease a dissension between Raphael and Casey, because I think if they're going to, because Jenica apparently was Casey's love interest, so now that she's a turtle, we gotta wonder if they'll go down the same path they've done with Raphael in the past with other female love interests, like Ninjara and Aeroplex and them. So we'll have to wait and see. And if that's the case, I wouldn't be surprised if that becomes a subplot. Like there's a little dissension, like because she's now a turtle, Raphael's becoming attracted to her and vice versa, and that kind of severs the relationship she had with Casey and maybe the friendship that Casey has with Raph. Who knows? Or causes dissent. But again, I just don't see. But besides that, possibly being integrated into the series, I don't see these two. I mean, I don't see this mutation of her lasting very long. I think once they get to a certain story arc they have planned, that basically she'll be restored. That's going to be like a I would say a teaser, maybe a baiter, if you will, to get people to read that story whenever that one would be. But it's good right now. It's great. It gets people talking about the comic. It gets them to read the comic, and maybe see if it gets incorporated into Rise of the Ninja Turtles, or whatever next animated media the Turtles will be in. But I just don't think it's going to last too long in the comics. That's just my opinion, because history has proven in the past when they do this with the Turtles, it doesn't last very long. So just give my thoughts on that. So let me know what you guys think though down below. Comment if you like. I'll talk to you all later.